Hi, Hayden here, and this video is going to be part of the Creators Helping Creators series that I'm making. And in this one here, I'm in YouTube Studio. I don't call it beta anymore, I just call it YouTube Studio. And let's go into analytics, because I noticed a couple of things on my in my analytics, and I want to share this information because when the 4K 1K rule hit, and I went through the community support video series, and I'm doing a Creators Helping Creators series, I always promised that I would share information with you. Or people that watch my channel, follow my channel, I would share this information, and I do whenever I notice that something's evolving or changing or things like that. So let's go through some of the things I noticed, and well, one of which is I started making money again because I was part of the YouTube Partner Program 4K 1K thing, so they took away all the monetization. I had to get to 1,000 subscribers, which I did. Right now we're at 1814 over here. Let's highlight that. And then, I got back into the monetization scheme and started making money again, right? So, so here we go. So we're making this money for videos I was going to make anyway. So I'm glad to be part of the YouTube Partner Program. And I really did not appreciate the 4K 1K rule at all. That was ridiculous, especially if we were already part of the YouTube Partner Program. We were already monetized. They've already done the cavity search on us 3 or 4 times by that point. So I thought it was just a stupid thing on YouTube's part. So thank you very much, YouTube. I appreciated this, several months of downtime of not being able to make any income off of my videos. Anyway, so with that, one of the things I really noticed down here is this 917. Now, this is the latest activity in the last 48 hours, right? So this is 917 views, okay? This is the number of views here, 917 in the last 48 hours. Now, this number, the 917, was typically my average, like November, December, that frame period or whatever. The average number of views that I had in the last 48 hours was between 500 and 600. So that's kind of moved up. I saw it moving up a little bit, and I wasn't really sure if it was just like some kind of a time of year kind of thing or something like that. So I needed to make sure that it was, kind of persistent and consistent over time. Pardon me. And the 917 is consistent. It's around 900 to a little over 1,000 in the last 48 hours, and that has grown to that point, and that's pretty persistent and consistent. I greatly appreciate everybody for watching. It helps me a lot. All right. So now let's go over into the reach viewers things, because I noticed 2 other things that are like high points for my particular channel. And I want to mention something about these analytics here. You can't compare your channel to my channel, whether you're doing a whole lot better or not as well. All right, as far as numbers go. These aren't really for us to compare or contrast each other's channels to each other. It's for me, like this one, the numbers we're looking at here is for me to weigh my performance against myself. That's all it's for, okay? This is for my channel to give me information about my channel's performance so that I can make decisions I need to make to help my channel do better. That's all it is. So I'm showing that this information's out here, and I'm showing you what I look at, right? But for you and your channel, this information is unique to you. And, these are the things that I would suggest looking at to see if your channel's growing. And if so, is it growing as fast as you might want? Is it growing faster than you like? Or not as, whatever. To check it out and see things are going. But the 6.1 impression click-through rate is a new high point for my channel as a whole. Each individual video is going to be different. But for the channel as a whole, 6.1 is a new high for me. The 9,000 unique viewers is a new high point as well. That just happened over the last couple of days or whatever, yesterday or today or something happened. I can't remember when, but that is a new high point for me, and that just took place. What I also noticed is the impressions down here. I look at what I call the cone of success. You might call it other things. 22%, that's this orange part of this entire line right here. The entire line is 121,449 impressions, right? An impression is when YouTube shows a thumbnail to one of your videos, and the person has to see 100% of the thumbnail. They can't see 50%, 20%, 10%. They have to see at least 100% of your video for at least a second or two, right? It has to be in front of them and give them the opportunity to click on it to go watch your video for it to count as an impression. So that's a kind of fair enough thing for me, right? So 22% is from YouTube recommending my content, and the rest of it is from somehow, some way, people did a search and my video popped up or something like that. And maybe or maybe they didn't click it. Well, a 6.1% click-through rate is a decent rate for my channel, right? When I first started looking at this, it was like 2.7, 3.2%, something like that. So 6.1 is a whole lot better, right? And YouTube is helping me by recommending my content to people, so that's great. 7.4 views from impressions is a new high point for me, or 7,367. And then its watch time from impressions is also a new high point for me too. 23,719 23,719 watch time minutes because of this. All right, this is more than half of all the view time that I have on my YouTube channel. Right, so remember 23.7. Right, 23.7. Let's go back to the overview. 43.5. So 23 and 23 is 46. More than half of my watch time came from impressions, and of that, 22% of the impressions came from YouTube recommending my content. All right, so that may or may not be confusing. Just know that you want this orange line to be pretty darn big. You want this number to be in the millions. You know, really, honestly, you want this number to be, you know, hundreds of thousands, and this number here you'd like to be in the millions. All right, but anyways, as long as it's continuing to grow, all right, that's really what you're looking for. You're looking for continuing growth. All right, that's what you're looking for. And you're not trying to compare your channel to mine or mine to yours or to anybody else's or whatever. This is for us to measure our own channel against our own numbers over a period of time. That's the only way this really works. All right, but so for me, I look at the watch time in minutes generally. All right, I look for this number right here, this latest activity in the last 48 hours. Another thing I look at are these top videos in the last 48 months. I just glance at them, really, in all honesty. I want to see if they're still the evergreen videos that I expect will be popular for many years to come, which I hope they are, right? And let's look at this one painting grout lines, for example, all right? And let's change it for the last 28 days. Let's change it for the lifetime of the video, right? So way back when this thing in 2017, May 2017, when I put this thing up there, right? It wasn't doing that great. It was doing okay a little bit, but look at this. Over here towards the end, it's doing better and better and better, right? So that's a really great thing for the channel, right? The number of views is getting better. There's more blue space than white space, right? I picked up 21 subscribers. That's fantastic. Picked up 21 subscribers, and this video alone made $48. That more than paid for a couple of cans of this paint stuff that I use to paint my grout, right? So fantastic. So that's a really great thing. So, and then let me look at this Zenfone thing here. All right. How to fix a front-facing camera. Picked up 9 subscribers. Made $1.39. Right. It's got 7.5 thousand. And oh, I need to look at the lifetime. What am I doing here? Let's look at it since uploaded. Let's see if it got any better. I picked up 86 subscribers. Okay, that's a tad bit better than 9. All right. From way back when, it kind of got popular pretty quick, and it's remained popular. You know, years later, 2017, 18, 19, right? So it's a 2-year-old video. 39.4 thousand views, 133,000 watch time minutes, 86. It's a short video. It's 11 minutes, and it made $21.69, right? Excellent. Great. You know, hopefully, if all my videos are going to make $20, $30, $40, how many videos do I need to make? A whole lot. So, but anyways, it gives you information. And then this number just picked up a little bit from 917 or 914 or whatever up to 919. That's pretty good. Keep watching. And then, let me see, build an audience. This one here is an interesting one that I wanted to point out. And I always find this interesting. When the 4K, 1K thing hit, before I started, you know, really asking people to subscribe to the channel and everything else, and before I actually started making videos specifically for YouTube, because originally my videos were not made for YouTube. They were actually made for my website off of YouTube. I parked them on YouTube, referenced them from my website. So you ever see those videos, there's like, why is this video on YouTube? Well, it doesn't look like a YouTube video. And the reason is, it's not. A lot of people, companies, whatever, they're selling something, they're demonstrating something. They're not making a YouTube video for YouTube. They don't care if YouTube ever sees it. That wasn't their intent. Their intent was to park a video on the internet, reference it from their website, and then people watch the thing right there on their website. They never come to YouTube. They never ask them to come to YouTube, right? So that's what that's all about. So originally, I never asked anybody to subscribe. Never cared about YouTube. Never cared about making YouTube videos, right? But eventually I said, you know what, this is starting to grow a little bit. And by accident, I said, well, let me make some videos for YouTube, specifically for our YouTube audience, pardon me, and let's see, if it can grow. And it did. But my not subscribed number originally was close to 100%, right? Then the 4K, 1K thing hit, and I started networking with other creators and stuff like that. And these numbers flip-flopped. So it was close to 99% of everybody watching my videos was subscribed, right? So it was kind of funny. It was interesting. And now it's kind of flip-flop back the other way. It's been kind of 80-20 rule, right? So if the people who are watching, my watch time coming from subscribers is going to be 20%, and from not subscribed is 80%, these 80%, these are possible subscribers. These are potential customers to get them in, have them joining up and everything else. You see where your top countries are because I speak English and not very well at that. People are pretty much going to be in English-speaking countries or in countries that have a good number of English-speaking people. That's just the way it is because I'm not multilingual. All right, that's my own lack of education, training, and experience. Right. So, anyways, the gender gap here: 76% male, 23% female. Over here for the watch time from subscribers, they have the unknown. If somebody's not logged in to their account, they can't know. They should have an unknown for gender because the point is they usually would probably just, if somebody's unknown, the computer's going to put them as a male or a female. They're usually going to put them in as a male, right? So these numbers are not exactly 100% perfect. These were probably not, but they're closer to being correct than these numbers, right? And then the age. This was really a fun one that I actually enjoyed seeing the change happen over time. I've never had anybody, it's just always been a 0 between 13 and 17, and that's okay. They've got their own things to worry about, let kids be kids and all that kind of stuff. But from 18 to 34 is 68% of my audience is now between 18 and 34. And that's, of course, people who are logged in and people who have accounts and stuff like that and everything else so that YouTube can know who they are, right? So YouTube has to know who you are. If they don't know who you are, they can't categorize you in these charts, right? So I find this to be very, very interesting how this audience has changed over time. And I greatly appreciate it. And I hope people are picking things up, learning good things, and enjoying the channel. Anyways, that's going to pretty much wrap this up for this particular video. I just want to touch on the fact that I go through these different statistics and I look at them to see basically how my channel is doing generally. I don't try to compare my channel to other channels because we're all different. Some people are music channels, some people are entertainment channels, some people are personalities in and of themselves. They are a personality. And they're going to do things differently, and they're going to have a different type of audience generally across the board. But if we use these numbers and we use them the way YouTube pretty much tells us to use them into judging whether or not our channel is performing the way we would like to see it perform, that's what these numbers are for. And I just really want to touch on the fact that I noticed some certain things happening, and I would share that with y'all. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like this video. If you haven't already done it, please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to make that comment below. Let me know you came by to say, hey, until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.